Welcome back, everybody. Charles, are the Bears going to break their streak tonight of 15 games if they lose again tonight?
I'm trying to glitch it out. Matrix.
He's glitching out of the Matrix. It's fine. It's fine.
All right. So it's just wow, dude, this camera is like way worse right now. Whatever.
It's fine.
Watching it, I'm just boom, bam. I feel like I'm at a fucking rave. But my audio is fine. Sweet. Yeah. So let's jump right into it. Let's jump right into this Bears conversation. Because I found myself at the VA today starting physical therapy for what everyone around us knows is bone on bone, but we're looking to build a better foundation moving forward.
Right. Fix that leg.
Pull back, leg, butt cheeks. I got this sweet thing right now where everything's going numb. And on my one foot, right, you're like, oh, curl your toes. And I'm like, okay. But these motherfuckers just don't curl.
They want to just point out.
Yeah, they just don't curl. So I've talked to the doc about it today. How long has this been going on? I'm like, fuck, I don't know. Better part of a year now. For a long time.
Yeah.
Why are you waiting this long to come in? And I looked at him. I said, it's probably why I'm fucking retired. I have no explanation on why I'm not taking care of my body. Okay. You want to go get my therapist? I'm sure she can explain it a little bit better than what I can tell you. I just tell you where I'm in pain.
You're like, I'm here now. Just fix me. Fix me.
Yeah. So in the midst of all of that, I find myself in the waiting room. And now I love the waiting room at the VAs because when the conversation gets good, it don't matter where you're supposed to be. Are you supposed to be in group A, group B, group C? Where's your waiting area? It doesn't fucking matter. Everyone just follows the conversation. So we started talking about the Packers, and the general consensus was that Joe Barry doesn't have a scheme for a 4-3 defense. Yeah. He doesn't have it built in. He didn't build it into this fucking playbook this year. He's got nothing to combat any of it. And this is just what we have to deal with. So that conversation came on. The Jordan Love conversation came on, and we were excited about that. We were then laughing about the Vikings and how the Vikings can very well be 0-5, 0-6 coming into Lambeau Field. They're losing this week. And then I don't know who they play next week or the week after, but it's not looking good for them. Maybe they've got the Bears on their schedule coming up.
They got one win, but what are they, 1-3?
They are not. Oh, no. They lost to the Rams, bro.
No, they won the other day.
Oh, did they win?
Week. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they won last week. Yeah, they got one win, but they just don't look good. Like,
who did they play last week? Didn't they play the Rams? I swear to God, dude, I think they're 0-4.
I believe they won. They finally won a game.
I think the Chargers beat. It was the Chargers game, wasn't it? Or am I 2 weeks behind?
Maybe. I'm pulling them up here.
Yeah,
they are 1-3.
They're 1-3.
They beat the Panthers.
They beat the Panthers. Yeah, I was just a week behind. Forgive me. It's just trash football.
But they've been in every game. They could be. They could either be 4-0 or they could be 0-4.
The games they won last year, they're losing this year, and arguably it's because of. It's actually, and I've got this question coming up later in the show too. The first benched quarterback of the season. He's on the list for poop play, Kirk Cousins. So anyways, we're talking about all of that. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, this voice comes up and you hear, the hell are you guys all bitching about? I'm a Bears fan. And every one of us went, oh man, dude, why are you even telling us that, bro? Like, that's crazy. He goes, I'd die to be in any of your situations. And I'm like, bro, you just got to fire everyone. And he's, and that lady's got to sell the team. He goes, this is just baloney. Now, who are they playing tonight?
The Commanders. I think they have a 40% chance of winning tonight. The Bears.
They are not going to beat the Commanders. The Commanders defense is, I don't know. If they show up like the first 3 or 2.5 fucking quarters that they play Denver and their defense actually plays as it could, but I think you got a team filled with people who don't want to be there. I think you got a team filled with people who don't want to play for their coaches. They don't like the organization. They don't like the scenario they've been put in. Fuck that one kid. He might be done in the fucking NFL.
They were saying that the Bears have never fired their coach in their history mid-season. Yeah. Could this be the first year that they do that? That they fire Eberflus? You don't think so? You think they're going to roll with them the entire season?
No. Although it could bring on the persona of change if they did decide to do something different. If they
I think it would have to get real bad. I think they would
But
have to go lose 20 or 22 in a row before
well,
they fire
here,
him.
but what coach do you fire?
The head coach, Eberflus.
Yeah, but the defense isn't good, and
The defense Yeah,
that's
but the
being held
defense
together by an
wasn't
interim head coach right
well, the
now.
defense wasn't good last year, so it's not like they
Right.
thought the defense was gonna get better
But
from one year to
but
the
the
next, you
offense
know?
isn't good either. So the special teams is trash, right?
It's
I
just
mean,
it's what can we just say what it is? It's the fucking Bears.
it's the Bears,
It's just the
absolutely.
Bears,
But
because
I
we said
mean,
this about the Lions when they were terrible. They're
yeah.
like, "It's just the Lions, same old Lions."
And yeah, it took a
But
new head coach coming in and bringing in his people. But okay, let's
it
fire this
takes a
guy.
while. It
Let's
takes a
fire this
minute,
guy.
yeah.
Who's going to be the interim head coach? Who on that staff
There's
has the
not one. Oh,
ability to
yeah.
change
Yeah.
what's going on? I don't
Not
think there's one fucking person.
Oh, no, they're he's the only one with any head coaching experience.
Even minus the head coaching experience, which obviously plays huge into this thinking about now I'm saying not a fucking person,
Yeah.
but what do you there isn't anyone in that locker room that the players are like, "Yeah, I love this guy." You
There's
got
no
Chase
leader.
Claypool, who was told to stay home, but then the coach was like, "Yeah, no, he had an option." And then an hour later, the organization was like, "We did not give him an option. We
Yeah,
told that motherfucker to stay home, and
isn't
we're
that
gonna trade him
strange?
or cut him."
That's
Well,
strange that, like, they bashed heads like that. You think they would have both been on the same page. That's a managerial decision. Like, you guys should have been on
right.
the same page. There's no reason for that.
Right.
That just
And in
makes
the
you look
coach's
fucking worse.
defense, yeah, in the coach's defense, you would have to assume that he said what he thought was true at that time,
I think
especially
they
for the way the organization came out and was like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Do you think they had him in the dark in that conversation?
I think he
I
didn't
th
care. I
Well,
think
no,
he was I
he
think
just
he
didn't
was
give a
so
shit.
I think he was so focused on the future, on what he had
Yeah.
in front of him, knowing that, hey, this dude ain't even going to be here. According to Claypool, they're not utilizing him how they should, anyways. This dude causes a whole bunch of hoopla in the locker room because he doesn't like his scenario. Now the Bears say, fuck you, stay home. If I'm in an organization, I don't care who you are, I'm not bringing that in. That's toxic in the locker room. So look at what happened to in the NBA. God, what's his face there? He was playing for the Lakers and then left the Lakers, and now he's back on the Lakers. He was like fucking around with some dude's girlfriend, right?
Oh, yeah, yeah, I think I know what you're talking about.
D'Angelo Russell, I think his name was D'Angelo.
Yeah,
Yeah. Anyways, that locker room shit's toxic. That
yeah.
dude was like on the top of the top, supposed to be something great. And then some shit came out personally, and it's, oh man, fuck this dude. So I think you're going to run into the same. How many fucking people can the Bears ruin in one goddamn season or in 2 seasons? Fuck,
That's
they've
what we were
ruined.
talking about all this smoke with Mac Jones and the Patriots. Apparently, this guy's not well liked,
No.
and
He can't, dude, he
it
can't be that well liked if the coach is so willing, which we're going to bring this up too. I can't wait to talk about this one. This is going to be a really good one. I got it on the notes, and I don't know
yeah.
if it's going to be a hot topic or not, but I don't care.
You can
I've been
make it a
saying
hot topic,
I've
it's
been saying
fine.
it for way too long. But I don't see the Bears beating Washington. And if we pull up, let's pull up an NFL schedule here.
Charles, the only reason that I want them to win is because I want them to stop talking about this losing streak. Just win a fucking
They
game
haven't won since, okay, so
all year.
you got the Bears versus the Commanders, and then you've
Yeah.
got the Vikings coming into Chicago. And then you've got the Raiders, the Chargers, the Saints, and the Panthers.
The only game that I can see them having a chance is the Panthers. And if you said Bryce Young actually comes back, or hell, if the Panthers even play to their potential, they could win.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They
Yeah,
they could go
absolutely.
0-7. They could be the first team
Absolutely.
to go 0 and
Well, see,
17.
the scuttlebutt too is that Carolina doesn't want Chicago to have the second draft pick or the first
But
draft pick.
but we argued and I was wrong about this. And you
Yeah,
said that it's inevitable because they're
it
both
is.
terrible football teams. So
And
it's a
Bryce Young is on my list of who could potentially be
trade
sat
bait.
also, just
Yeah.
due to the fact on where the season is going, and you don't want to ruin your number one draft pick.
There's a lot of things that say the Packers have done things right over the years as far as the quarterbacks. They've been lucky in that aspect that they've been able to bench their starting quarterbacks, the rookies that they want to have for the
Yeah.
future behind someone else. And it seems to pan out when players do that.
Yeah.
Why
Oh,
other
yeah.
teams don't go after a veteran, regardless of how terrible that veteran is, at least he's got NFL game experience.
Right. That you
Because
can build around, that you could definitely build. You can, it's historically accurate.
we, you and
Look
I,
at everything. Look at all the people who stay in college in a good situation that end up becoming more than what they thought they were, learning more, taking in more. I hate these one and dones. I hate there. It sucks as a college fan sport, and it actually sucks for the player most of the time. I get the money, I get it.
I just broke
But
you. I just broke that to you too, that the NCAA just ruled they got rid of the rule that you could only transfer so many times. They abolished it. But yet they
that's called the prime effect, bro. That's
oh
called
my
the
God,
prime.
this is just nuts. Did you see there's 3 Michigan high school players that are in Colorado right now? The top 3 players in the state of Michigan are all visiting Colorado right now. That makes me sick to my stomach that Michigan is allowing that to happen.
Is Michigan allowing it to happen, or has Michigan looked at it and said, we can find better?
Did you know we should do a little bit of research into the NIL for Colorado? Is that coming from weed? Is that the weed money?
If weed is
It's
funding
I
education, is weed funding the education? Because if it is, then yeah.
don't know. I mean, Colorado is not a huge campus. That's not like a
Right.
prime place to go play
I
football.
mean,
Never has been.
it took all of their alumni until after
To
the
pay his
spring
salary.
game to pay his salary. So
Yeah,
I don't
where's
know,
this money
man.
coming from? Where for the athletes, where's the money coming from? That's what I wanna know. Follow the money like we always said, follow the
So
money.
now if I'm following you correctly, for the athletes, oh, okay. So the NIL money for the athletes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's Colorado. Is it weed? Is it are they getting weed sponsorship money? What the fuck's going on? I don't understand where the money's coming from. Michigan has one of the largest alumni bases.
can you
They have
get a
more money.
gambling NIL? Can you get like a DraftKings or something NIL? Is that possible?
No, you can't because it's
Okay, so
college
then
ath
I'm guessing even pharmaceutical drugs is probably off the table, so
I
probably not.
honestly, they could slide this stuff, like you said, them old cheeseburger bags, McDonald bags full of cash. I'm sure that stuff's still going
I know
on.
a lot of people who have bought plastic bags with shit inside of it. So
Yeah. Yeah, why not, right?
whatever the fuck comes
Any
in it, I was just looking for the
anything's
bag.
possible, right?
Yeah, I think it's easy to assume these things just because of like I don't the way it's all playing out is I continue to get flashbacks even outside of me glitching in and out of the matrix. I continue to get flashbacks of that 90s Miami squad. They're going to be good. They're going to be really good. I think where the confliction, and that might not be the word, but I think where the major whatever I'm looking for
I
here,
found
maybe it
it,
was.
Charles.
What's
Found it.
that?
Buffs for Life is their NIL collective, which all the players go through. Now
Yeah,
let's see this LLC. Let's see who funds them.
absolutely. So, anywho, the reason I'm having so much confrontation on this, I'm having a really hard time with words. I went through a really long class today in criminology, and man, the fucking shit I seen in that video today is still fucking flashing with me, bro. There's just loads of dead bodies. And so, anyways, I'm just trying to throw all that out and get back into sports. Deion Sanders, I don't think is the type of person who would allow this shit to happen. It's more or less what I'm getting at. I think the writing's on the wall and I'm reading it. I'm like, yeah, definitely it's got to be. But then I look at Deion and I'm like, fuck, man, you can't be Joel Osteen. You can't be Joel Osteen.
I don't
You
know, but
know,
he all those memes come out saying that he went to drugs, he went to women, all this stuff. But the dude took the biggest freaking contract payout like possible. So it is
right?
about money. It's 100% about money. He's
Yeah.
getting paid a shit ton of it.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he would allow that evil, that corruption into his program, right? Like
I c-
now I can see it happening without his knowledge.
I
Absolutely. But
you can't.
I just
Well, that's
can't
the thing.
see Dion having his thumb on weed NIL money. I just because everything he is building, everything he's portraying to these young men would come crashing down in today's society. You're not going to have to look very hard to find that. And there's so many people out there looking.
This is what they said that like when I was doing a little bit of research on it, it seems like that was going to dry up sooner than later, and he's going to have to find a better way to fund it because the other schools are going to be able to pick from that that
Oh, I
crop. I
I I
think.
gr I absolutely agree.
I give him about 1 or 2 years with this, with getting top 5 recruiting classes before
Yeah,
they say, "Hey, you get if
because
they don't win a natty
a
because of
l
it,
a
they're
lot of
gone."
the scenario too, right? Like the conference they're in is this shit media value. The
Yeah.
moment they leave this conference and go to the Big 12, the money they're going to get from that media share is going to help supplement a lot of this also. A lot of this money, you're going to see the rest of the school and university is going to feel the effects of a growing school, right? That football program is going to look, the computers inside that football program are probably going to be better than the computers in their goddamn computer lab. The showers are going to be better than any showers on that fucking you know what I'm saying? Like the football stadium's going to get huge. The
Well, I hope
fucking
so.
workout program's going to get, I
God,
hope they get a bigger screen, but
that fucking jumbotron is embarrassing. That's just that little
I know.
fucking there's high school
And
football fields in Florida that got bigger ones than that.
and the
Fucking
other
sad.
kicker too, bro, the other kicker too is that Deion Sanders knows a lot of fucking people. And a lot of those people are well off. They own these businesses, these companies, and hell, anything to give somebody a tax break and for it to go to a good cause like education and a young man's dreams. I don't think it's really going to be an issue, to be honest with you. I think this fucking Matrix thing is killing me.
We'll see. I don't know if they could, just individual people can donate to it. I think it has the for some. I
Well,
think
that's what I'm saying, though. These individual people own companies. They own big things that they can throw into like an NIL fund. You like this kid in Florida. You don't really have to, from my understanding, right? Like we can sponsor someone through an NIL. Us, boys in the woods.
we can raise money for the NIL. I don't know if we can. I don't know if we can sponsor. We could sponsor like an autograph signing or something. Yeah.
I'm saying if the funding was there, we could take it and sponsor an entire fucking kid.
Well, we would try. We would do like busting with the boys. We'd buy like a semi-pro amateur like soccer team or something in
Yeah.
like Germany, and we'd be the owners. We want that championship ring.
Fuck, that's the next big dream, man.
Yeah,
2 Americans going and buy
fucking German
other
soccer team or
world.
something.
Fuck, man. Germany's fucked up enough. We'll find somewhere else to buy a team. Yeah, I know what you're saying. I don't know, man. I don't disagree with you. I don't disagree that somebody's doing something.
I feel like
I can't see Dion.
I think eventually that it's going to be gone. There won't be NIL. It's going to just be they're just going to get paid flat out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just not gonna I don't think it's gonna last that long because I think some corruption is gonna come out. There already is rumors of major corruption and collusion going on in college sports, and it only takes one big school to get busted, fucks and rules it for everybody else. Everybody else is gonna get screwed because of it.
All right. I got a question for you.
We'll go for it.
Is 16-0-1 an undefeated season?
In the eyes of the sports fan, yes, but it's the kissing your sister, kissing your cousin type season.
If let's say the 49ers this year go 16-0-1, are you putting them above the undefeated Dolphins team?
Absolutely not.
I would. For one, it's undefeated.
Yeah,
There's
but they
zero in that loss.
Yeah, but they couldn't beat that one team.
But the 72 Dolphins only played 14 games.
Yeah, but that's just the NFL back then. They wouldn't have lost even if they played 20, probably, though.
I don't know. This is my same argument with
there was nobody in the NFL that could beat them, though. That's the kicker.
But now here's the thing: a tie is not a defeat. So in this scenario, nobody could beat them either. 16-0-1. Is that undefeated? I think so.
Here's the kicker. What is their schedule?
Oh, I just threw the 49ers in there just because they're the team everyone might come to mind quickly.
I was going to say, do you think they're going 16-0-1?
If they don't lose to the Cowboys, I don't see anybody beat them.
Who would the tie be though if they did the 0-1?
Probably Seattle. Probably Seattle.
I can see a scrappy Seattle team doing that.
Yeah. In Seattle, I could see Seattle doing that.
They just have a bad game, slip up. But the way that
that's what it would take. It would take the 49ers being less, but they didn't lose. They tied.
Yeah.
The tie is there for a reason.
Right.
So would I be comfortable with it? I wouldn't be comfortable on the inside, but I'd be fucking living large on the outside. I don't know. That's the same thing like when you go and play that fucking big hole golf, you get a hole in one with a big hole.
Yeah.
Everyone's, hell yeah, that's really cool. And you find out everyone who was like, hell yeah, that's really cool, has never hit a hole in one. And
Yeah.
everyone like who's actually hit a hole in one is whatever wish.com.
Yeah.
So would that be the wish.com of an undefeated season? Because networks would go ham.
Yeah.
You would get comparisons to these Dolphin teams, and the first team that stacked up higher in the comparison would just take the cake. That's how it seems to go. I don't know, man.
I'm not a big one for comparing the past with the present
I agree.
because it was a completely different game back then. And most of the and to be honest, a lot of teams now would have beat the crap out of that Dolphins team. Just
Yeah.
saying, you
So,
know.
but now again, though, right in the very beginning, is 16-0-1 an undefeated season. So it was until you threw in the 72 Dolphins, and then it became like, I don't know. I think
It's an undef-
if you
it's
take
an
the feeling out of
undefeated.
it, it's an
It's
undefeated
undefeated,
season.
but it's going to have that asterisk next to it, no matter what you say.
How long do asterisks last? I think
Well,
an asterisk only lasts as long as a memory allows it. Because
I don't know. You tell that to Barry Bonds and to freaking all these guys
I
that are out of.
agree, but think of the Lakers COVID championship. Already, you don't hear that the Lakers won a COVID championship. You hear that LeBron James won a championship with the Lakers.
I think a lot of people that aren't LeBron fans, they bash on that, and
We have more
you
than
know,
enough to bash on than
yeah.
just that. Absolutely,
Oh, I know, yeah, for
100%.
sure.
But
I don't
that's
I don't
my
understand
point
why
with the
people are so
asterisks.
hateful.
I think the asterisk is just for those who have ill feelings in the beginning, but as time moves on, even that ill feeling for anyone
We
goes
won't even
away.
give that guy acknowledge that guy on the podcast, but that we'll just say that jerk that was commenting about the the troll, the Ohio
Yeah,
State Michigan
yeah.
troll.
Oh yeah, we've been getting a
That's the
lot of
whole
those
thing.
lately. That's
His
fantastic.
asterisk was just bring up the past, bring up the past, bring up the past.
Yeah, but those people are so foolish because they only
That's
bring
what they
up so
always
much
do.
of the past. I love bringing up the past. You want to know why? Because I'm the type of person who knows way more about it than you generally. And not so much all the time what you've focused on in your little piece of the pie, but so much after that pie or before the pie, right? Okay, you want to talk about the past? Do you know who owns the absolute defeat in our Michigan Ohio State rivalry? I think we beat those fuckers 110-0 in 1908. Like, you want to talk about the past, motherfuckers? Y'all didn't even really exist outside of a toilet bowl until 1930 something. There's a whole lot of time in between that and here than there was in between what you had and what you don't have anymore. But
Well,
we're
that's it.
kind.
They try to bring up 120 years. I'm like, yeah, we had a team. You didn't. So
We're so kind about it. We allow you to enjoy your small moments. I hope Ryan Day stays because if it wasn't for 10 men on the field twice, this would be a completely different conversation. Ohio State would need a whole world of things to happen, and Alabama would get in with one loss before Ohio State just because of the way the SEC is right now and the way the Big Ten is right now.
They got another tough game coming up here soon, I believe. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with that one.
Alabama's got a lot of shit going on. That's my point. That's
Did
my
you
point.
see-
An Alabama
Dude,
team with a whole
did
bunch
you
of
s-
fuck.
Did you see Wisconsin's schedule in 2025? They got to play Oregon, USC, Alabama. They freaking dude. Wisconsin's freaking their schedule in 2025 is loaded.
That reminds
They
me
go
of
to
the
Michigan too.
I was going to say that reminds me of the year Michigan came in at 2, Alabama at 1, and we went down to AT&T Stadium down there and got fucking smacked. And the only reason we were even number 2 is because of the strength of schedule Rick Rodriguez put forth onto those poor men, that fucking gauntlet. I think we ended up losing 4 games that year, and all 4 of them were the top 5 teams.
That was when Alabama was at the top of their game, though. That
Well,
was everybody
Shoelaces,
knew
I think
there was
that Shoelaces' second year? I think that was
so, but I
Shoelaces'
think
second year, yeah.
dude, they had that whole D line and offensive line was like all NFL players.
It's almost like Georgia of yesterday, potentially even today. I don't trust their offense.
They only got one. The only person you can trust on that offense is freaking Bowers.
Yeah. Although it's going to take a defensive effort like Michigan's, Penn State's defense. I don't know if Penn State has the offense. And I understand how good Penn State's offense is. I do. But I think in that scenario, I'm assuming Penn State gives up a pick six or a
They
fumble or
were
an interception that allows a score that shouldn't have happened, right? So I don't think Penn State has the offense to make up for that type of mistake.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
even
mean, they do
Michigan
gotta
right now.
play a halfway decent Georgia or a Florida team, Georgia does, so
Mhm.
I don't know if they're in the swamp, though. I think they're in Georgia, I think.
I'm if I was Georgia, I like a Georgia fan, I wouldn't be worried so much about Florida this year as much as I am worried about them next year and the following year, along with Florida State. And I know that's not the same scenario, but in the geographical sense of things, I think you're going to end up seeing like Georgia versus Florida State,
Yeah.
and then Michigan versus whoever the fuck else ends up falling
Yeah,
into that pack.
they're gonna start playing SEC teams here. They're gonna schedule 1 a year, I believe. The Big Ten is gonna start jumping
Yeah.
around.
Oh yeah,
So,
you have to,
that's gonna be
especially with
cool.
the conferences compressing down. I hope they do it a hell of a lot like the basketball does it.
Oh, Georgia's got a tough ass Kentucky team, a hard-nosed freaking defensive Kentucky team this week. Think
Yeah.
about that. They're 5-0 too. Kentucky's undefeated.
Did Georgia had a problem with Auburn's defense that
And
they
and
ended up
Kentucky's
tackling in the
defense
end,
is
but
a hell of a lot
a lot
better
better.
than
Yeah.
freaking
Oh yeah,
oh, they
it's a
still
tough
gotta play 'em.
and you look
Yeah.
at the SEC too, I think there's was it 5 to 9 teams ranked?
Yeah.
I think 5 teams in the top 15. But fast forward to next year, I'm getting say, oh yeah, all these teams ranked in the conference of champions right now. No, you don't even call them that. They're not there. They're not. They're
Yeah.
literally just, hey, this is the end of my lease. Once my lease is gone, I'm gone. Like I've already got a new name and everything. So,
Well,
oh,
this
the
isn't gonna be
Pac-12
a
is doing so great. No, they're
this is
not.
gonna be a non-issue once it goes to 12 teams for the playoffs because you can lose 2 games and still make the fucking playoff.
Oh
That's what
yeah.
it's gonna be, so
Well, with the more teams and everything, I'm excited, dude.
it's gonna be
I'm
fun. The
fucking
Big Ten is gonna be
pumped.
fucking fun. Dude, basketball is gonna be more fun. Everything's gonna be more
Oh,
fun.
it's going to be a blast.
Dude, even baseball, like
You
men's softball, women's softball even. Damn, it's gonna be fun.
know what else is going to be a blast? Me getting a brand new fucking camera.
Get
And you
that
know
game.
what else? What else that leads me to? And in lieu of, I didn't mean to cut you off, by the way. Did
No,
you?
you're good,
Okay.
but you already know my
So
rant.
yeah. So in lieu of trademarking issues, what really rotates my gears in an opposite direction. All right. Fake infomercial people. Can we talk about fake infomercial people for
I
just 1
don't
second?
I don't get that though.
I
Oh,
don't get it either. Who are these people in the marketing team that go and they're like, just as fake as you can be, really elaborate the fakeness? Who on earth watches these fucking infomercials and goes, oh my God, that was me just the other day? Hello, I'm a sucker. Who the fuck does that? And this has
take
been
my
going on
money.
for so long, dude.
Dude,
God, they just
it's been a minute
irritates
that
me.
you had the ShamWow guy, you had freaking
Yeah.
the My Pillow guy, you had all these guys.
The Flex Seal, come on. I want to see that dude fucking drop 1 dot of
Oh, this
flex of that fucking flex glue. And I want to see him lift. I don't want to see it lifted afterwards. I want to see it lift the 3,660 fucking pounds your goddamn thing is saying, right? Because if I buy
yeah.
that motherfucker and put a plane together with it and that fucking plane falls apart, who am I going to call? Not the
Yeah.
fucking Ghostbusters.
No.
The only reason they continue to get away with this is because there really are people who are like, "Burp, burp, 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 burp. I need 5. Why do you need 5?
Because
What do you
isn't
lifting 5 times?
no, isn't that what they prey on is the obsessive compulsive people, the people that have to buy the stuff off the what is it, the home shopping network and all that. There's
Yeah,
people that like literally like it's been on Hoarders. That lady that bought all that shit, like she bought all
yeah.
this stuff from Hoarder, like through the what the hell's the name of that network? It's a home shopping network,
Yeah,
but
yeah. It's
it's
probably
like
HSN, right?
yeah, HS
HSN?
or
Yeah.
QVC.
QVC. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's crazy. Here's the thing. There has been one great at-home shopping network moment in the history of television. And I'm about to lay it on you right now. All right. Eddie fucking Murphy in his goddamn movie back in the 90s, when he looked at the camera and told everyone, you only have 75 years on average. That's 75 summers, 75 winters, 75 falls. Go out there and enjoy them all. Like, hell yeah, that's cool. And then they switched to a fucking grass mat thing and blah, 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 blah. It didn't matter. But fuck infomercials. Moving on. Bags of chips and the air inside the bags at this point.
Is there a thing like with this? Is it for freshness or is it just them just being assholes?
My curious thing is that I never thought as a child to count the chips in the bag, but I swear to God, the chips I'm getting in the bag today are way less. There's way less chip and way more air inside these bags.
And they also do design differences too. Especially, have you noticed like cereal boxes have gotten smaller?
Yeah. Dude,
yeah.
I can't even, you buy one of them normal fucking bags off the shelf and we're going, why are you buying the normal bags? I don't know, because I really like fucking Fruity Pebbles, not Fruity Flobbles. Okay. The Fruity Pebbles stay crispy. The Fruity Flobbles end up as fucking rubber in my bowl and they stick to the bowl. And then I got to throw the whole fucking bowl away. Guess what? I don't have to do that with the bag of fucking Fruity Pebbles. So you used to be able to pour that fucking box into one of those sweet containers, right? Like one of 1 gallon containers. Bro, it's 1/3 full now. I'm like, what the fuck?
And the people think that it tastes the same. That shit don't taste the same.
No, it don't. No, it don't.
Like the Cinnamon Toast Crunch one, that like the stuff you can get at Wally World does not taste like the stuff with the sugar bear on it don't taste the same as the sugar bear other one. Yeah, none of that shit tastes the same.
Now, and here we go. This is going to be controversial for some, but hear me out. It's fucking heart, stars, and horseshoes, clovers and blue moons, pots of gold and rainbows, and me red balloons. Wherever the fuck this unicorn came from, send it back. Get the fucking unicorn out of there. Bring me back my pot of gold. I want my pot of gold.
Yeah, why would they take that? Oh, okay. Out of Lucky fucking Charms, you're going to take the fucking pot of gold.
You're the Lucky Charm. The motherfucker is a leprechaun. The fucking rainbow goes into a pot of gold. Where did me pot of gold go? And
it's
why?
Up the unicorn's ours.
Unicorn. What is Irish about a unicorn?
Nothing.
Not a goddamn thing. What is leprechaunish about a fucking unicorn other than they're both make-believe? You want to talk about make-believe? Take out the fucking red balloon. What the fuck does a red balloon got to do with anything? It's German. 99 red balloons. Fucking gosh me, whatever that is German. Nothing about what the fuck is up, General Mills? Seriously.
And should we write them? We should write them a letter.
I'm sending this fucking video. Hell yeah, we will. We should write them a letter.
And then send them the 30-second skit.
The final piece to my what rotates my gears the opposite direction. We might have to just put the first letters and put it on a t-shirt. What rotates my gears in the opposite direction? Drink sizes not being universal. Why isn't an extra large a fucking extra large everywhere? Why isn't a large universally a large everywhere?
And what the fuck is a regular?
And what's a regular? And why can I take a regular cup with soda and pour it into my extra large cup with soda and there'd be like a centimeter or two? If I had ice in the cup, there'd be no fucking difference. What's going on? What's going on with this? When I go and buy a 20-ounce fucking bottle of soda at the gas station, it's 20 fucking ounces, 20 ounces. If I buy a 20-ounce drink from McDonald's and I buy a 20-ounce drink from fucking Carl's goddamn Jr., they ain't the same. What's up with that?
No. Yeah, can't they buy their freaking cups all at the same place?
Why aren't they all the same place? Why aren't they all the same size? And what's up with these? Don't design them to be different. You're not designing them to be different. You realize that design saves you 0.4 ounces per pour. And in the sense of 1,000,000 ounces, you're saving 4,000 some ounces. And that's the bottom line. I don't like it.
It's all about money.
I don't like
greed.
So that's a little bit about what rotates my gears in the opposite direction outside of me bouncing in and out of the matrix. And for those of you on YouTube, I hope you had a really good time. The final thing I would like to bring up with you, Pat, I would like to discuss one specific thing. Is Pete Carroll a better coach than Bill Belichick? I think yes.
This year? Yeah.
Now, I think ultimately,
Ultimately.
in the grand scheme of things, and I'm gonna break it down to you.
I guess Belichick never coached
Pete
in college.
Pete Carroll had success in college, correct?
Yeah.
Had
Yeah.
lots of success in college. And he left, and with multiple quarterbacks, multiple different defensive schemes, multiple different offensive types, Pete Carroll has had success, great success in the NFL, correct?
Yeah, he won a Super Bowl and he was in the second one, I believe. I
Yeah,
think they
he's
went to
been to
2.
multiple Super Bowls.
Yeah.
He's won 1 or 2, right? Okay, so now on the opposite side, you got Bill Belichick, who, while coaching the Browns, did happen to beat the Patriots. And then the very next year, the Patriots picked up Bill Belichick as their coach.
Yeah.
What did Bill Belichick do before Tom Brady?
I d I don't know what his record was because wasn't Parcells there before him?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
I remember Bill
even with like
Parcells.
Parcells left, right? And then you had Bill, and now Bill was with the Parcells leftover, right? But the first thing that comes to mind is really not shit. In fact, if it wasn't for Bledsoe getting hurt and Brady coming in and doing what Brady did in those playoffs and being who Brady was, I don't think Bill gets a fucking Super Bowl ring. I really don't. I don't because now you've got life after Brady. And what has he done? Lost 1 playoff game and has yet to make it to the playoffs since? How long can Bill ride Brady's coattail?
Yeah, every Super Bowl he's ever won was with Brady.
Was because of Brady.
Yeah.
Not at this point, not with Brady, was because of Brady. I don't think Bill Belichick is the head coach everyone thought he was.
Yo,
I think this is another Aaron Rodgers and fucking Nathaniel Hackett situation.
I forgot that he coached for the Cleveland Browns
Yeah.
for 5 years.
Yeah. What did
Dude, did he
Cleveland
have
do?
Bernie Kosar back? And was he the guy that coached Bernie Kosar? 94. Who the fuck was the
And you can't even get me on the Browns right now, dude. The Browns should have stayed gone. They are literally riding the dreams of a team 30 years ago, and that organization doesn't even exist anymore. You
somebody
got to
who
move
hasn't
Cleveland out of Cleveland already. Just let it be gone. Ship them down to Cincinnati.
somebody we don't talk about anymore that was a pretty decent quarterback? Oh, remember Drew Bledsoe?
Yeah,
I
Drew
remember
Bledsoe.
having his pro set football cards back in the day.
But Drew Bledsoe's career again was okay. So Drew Bledsoe was a product of Bill Parcells, if I'm
Yeah,
correct.
I believe so. And he led the league in passing a couple years.
And then he got hurt.
Yeah.
And Tom Brady just literally ruined his career after that.
Yeah, he was done.
You're not supposed in the league, you're not supposed to lose your position when you're hurt, but he never got it back. And then when he left and went to a much worse team, he just never was who he was with that great team. I think, honestly, if it was not for Tom Brady,
Right.
people wouldn't even be talking about Bill Belichick right now in the head coaching sense. I think he would have went on and been a fantastic offensive coordinator or defensive coordinator, one of the coordinators. He would have went on and been a really good one of those to fall into a front office position somewhere, and he would have done well in an executive spot. I can see that, obviously, but Brady came and did what he did. I'm going to stand by what I say, bro. I think Pete Carroll is a better coach than Bill Belichick. And if anybody's argument out there is rings, you've got no ground with me. You've got nothing to stand on because Tom Brady won those rings. Everybody else just got to enjoy wearing them. Obviously, the team went out and did a whole bunch.
Wow, dude. Did you
That
know
Falcons game was insane.
Did you know in 1994, 4 teams out of the NFC Central made the playoffs? The Vikings won the division. The Packers, Lions, and Bears were all 9-7.
Wow.
I didn't even. Man, that brings me back. And Tampa Bay Buck. That was when Tampa Bay was in the Bears division or the Packers division. That's nuts. That's crazy.
And I could tell you too, bro. The NFC is top heavy.
Yeah.
I'd say the 3 teams that are locks,
3
right?
teams, yeah.
The 3 teams that are locks. You got San Francisco, you got the Eagles. I don't want to say it, but you got the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Until proven otherwise, you got the Cowboys. So who after that?
In the NFC?
Now,
As far as having a shot at
so instead of a
at
team
the
name, let's think record. What records do you think break into the playoffs for the NFC? I think 9-7. I think 9-7 to fucking like 11-5. I think
yeah.
11-5 is going to be your number 4, but 9-7 are going to fill 6-5.
You know what we haven't really talked about that he absolutely deserves it, is, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the job that he's doing right now. Like,
Todd
dude,
Bowles is proving me wrong
well, Baker
graciously,
Mayfield,
and
man.
I can't. I am so
Baker
excited. I gotta give
Mayfield.
it. Baker Mayfield is a product of Todd Bowles. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I agree, though. Baker Mayfield is finally in a situation that works for him. He's with, and I
And he
can't
looks
tell
like
you how wrong I was
he
about
looks
Todd
like he's
Bowles.
having fun. He looks like
Yeah.
he's having fun with them guys.
Yeah. I mean, I remember saying I just didn't think Todd Bowles had the intensity needed for a head coach. And I can't tell you how wrong I was. The intensity you don't see on the sidelines during the live broadcast is nothing compared to who he is as a head coach behind the doors, is what I
Right.
guess what I'm getting at. And yeah, I'm loving what I'm seeing down in Tampa right
Well,
now.
there's a lot of teams that have disappointed this year. Cincinnati for one.
Because you know what Todd Bowles is doing? Todd Bowles is doing something Bill Belichick couldn't do: win without Brady.
If Tampa Bay beats the Lions this week, I will be impressed because Detroit is running has got that Packer poison running through their veins that they just went in Lambeau and stomped them. And if Detroit is on that high and Tampa Bay beats them, man,
My
who to watch
issue
out for.
my issue with the Lions right now, and it's hard for me to say it as a Packer fan, right?
They haven't
Because
even
oh,
peaked
you're
yet.
just a Packer fan, right? Is that I don't know who they are yet. They beat Kansas City, but they beat a broken Kansas City without multiple of their main pieces. And the
But
moment those
Kansas,
pieces come back, Kansas City has been on a trajectory of welcome back to the AFC
yeah,
Championship game.
but Kansas City has not dominated anybody they played this year.
No, I agree. I'm
And
not trying to.
Even with a healthy Kelsey, so I don't really know if he would have made much of a
Right.
difference in that game.
But then they lose to Seattle, right?
They blew that game, I think,
And
more than
everyone's,
anything.
oh, that's just Seattle. Seattle's going to be
Yeah,
a playoff team. It's
exactly.
looking. And if Seattle's a playoff team, they're a wild card, which means that in that scenario, most likely Seattle comes to Detroit.
Yeah.
And everyone's going to be super worried about that game. The environment is going to be really, right? But sorry, I got a message. Sorry, where were we going with that?
They're just talking about the Seattle game. Seattle's coming
Oh
to
yeah.
would have to come to
Who
Detroit
is
for the playoff game.
who is Detroit beat? Okay, so then after that they came in and they smacked the Packers. But who are the Packers? We've got a
We
falling
we
defense, and
we
we've got a
we knew this was gonna happen with the Packers. They're
absolutely,
gonna struggle.
absolutely.
They're gonna struggle.
As a Lions fan, you're fucking ecstatic that you beat the Packers, right? But in the NFL standings, you beat a maybe 9-7 team that's going to sneak into the playoffs, maybe, right?
They do not have a tough schedule.
No, and that's why I say we're going to sneak into the playoffs. But even in the playoffs, oh yeah, anything can happen. Come on now.
Oh no, Detroit doesn't. They play the Panthers, Buccaneers, Ravens, Raiders, Chargers, Bears, Packers, Saints, Bears, Broncos, Vikings, Cowboys, and Vikings.
I can see them losing a handful of those non-conference games, but smearing the conference.
Well,
So
I
that's
don't
what
know.
I mean. I want to see Detroit play.
I don't think they're going to lose to the Raiders, Chargers, Saints, Broncos,
I think they're going to lose to the Chargers. I think they're going to lose to the Cowboys. I think they're going to lose to Carolina's a trap game. They can lose to Carolina.
They play Carolina this week. It was next week they go to Tampa.
Yeah, I can see them losing, and I could see them winning all of these games too. But my side of this argument, though, is that
I always say this too.
I'm waiting to be proved wrong.
I want a 9-game sample size when
Yeah,
it's when speaking as an NFL team. I wanna be able to see where are you at in 9 games? Are you 6-3? Are you 8-1? Are
right,
you 7-2? 5-4? 4-5?
right, right.
That
Because arguably right now the game has not been in Jared Goff's hands, and when it was, they lost.
no,
So
that defense has been holding them together all season, so
yeah, yeah, the one game that was it. So there's a lot of what ifs.
that's why I
Right. And
dropped
so
them.
it's one of the things I like to do. And I've mentioned this multiple times with you, and we've talked. How many ways can you win? How many ways can you win? I don't think Detroit has enough ways to win yet. And
No.
I hope I'm wrong, but I don't trust Jared Goff. You can't just magically become a better person because your coach is who he is. It's going to take time. I don't know. But I can see them in the playoffs. I can see them going far in the playoffs. And man, I see them being something crazy over these next couple of years. I will not be shocked. I will not be shocked one bit if the
Yeah, we don't
Detroit
get to
Lions
know
win
how
a Super Bowl in the next 3 years.
I don't know how good that Williams kid is either. He hasn't had good play. He's coming back from the I think this is the first week back from that
Yeah.
suspension for the gambling.
Yeah.
The rookie from Alabama.
They're in a good spot. They've got a great foundation. They've got a great coaching staff.
Yeah, they've got everything they need in place for sure.
The most dangerous thing for me, as from the outside looking in, is that this year feels like the 49ers, while next year feels like it could be the Lions. But does their offensive coordinator stay and not take the head coaching position like he did last year?
Yeah.
He stayed because he was building something special with Detroit. How long does that sit?
Yeah.
It doesn't sit very long in the NFL.
Dude, did you know that I didn't even
But
realize this
Dan
because
Campbell is just fucking
I I work with a guy, his name is Matt. He's a he's a big Pittsburgh fan.
yeah.
Dude, they need to fire Matt Canada. He fucking sucks. He's their offensive coordinator. I didn't realize that. The
Yeah.
old
Oh
fucking guy,
yeah.
the old coach from Maryland.
Yeah.
Fuck. That guy dude fucking
Oh,
sucks.
it's
He was
horrible,
good in
dude.
he was great in college, but
It's so bad.
he
And to hear
can't he
Mike Tomlin come out there and go, we can't be doing that. We're going to be doing something different. But for
yeah.
him to go, hey, we won the game, the first 3 games, like, bro, you may have just lost a lot of the support you used to have because that's just, oh, what do you want me to do? We're winning. Oh, now that we're losing, I'm going to start changing things. You should have
Yeah.
been changing things a long time ago,
Right.
man. You're at week 5 now. Your offense is trash. It is so bad. It's
I'll
not.
pick it.
Is Pickett that bad though? Is Pickett
I
that
think
bad, or
so.
is because their offensive line is horrible? Pickett's getting sacked. Fucking, I think he's averaging like 6 sacks a game, man. He's getting knocked down. He's getting hit. Fucking getting
Are
demoralized.
we even gonna talk about that game the other night where that dude got sacked 11 times?
Which one's that?
Oh,
Is
man.
that Justin Fields? Is it didn't
No, no,
Fields
no, no,
get
no, no.
sacked or Russell
No.
Wilson? Is that the Broncos? I know
The
Russell Wilson got sacked for 11 times. I think maybe he's been sacked 11 times this
I don't
year.
know.
What game are you
Somebody
talking
got
about?
I can't remember what game it was.
I know Shadur Sanders is being sacked. I mean, fuck, dude. There's a
No, it
lot of
was
people getting smashed.
no, this was last week, this past week in the NFL.
Bryce Young, he's been getting smacked. Richardson's been getting smacked.
I'll find it
Yeah.
at some point.
Yeah, it's just been crazy. It's going to be fun, man. It's going to be fun. I meant the draft's going to be huge. This is going to be cool coming down to the end. I think this is how fans are that don't have hopes of Super Bowl or playoffs. Hell yeah, where's our draft position coming? Because if we play like we've been, we're not getting there. And there's no point in talking about all these what ifs. We are who we are.
Oh, it was the Seahawks. They sacked Daniel Jones 11 times.
Oh, yeah, it's the New York Giants.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy too. That's another
11
scenario.
sacks.
I would like to
11.
point out the fact that the 2 quarterbacks who got paid this offseason, or 2 of the quarterbacks that got paid this offseason, are just playing like trash while Lamar Jackson out there being Lamar Jackson. So,
In Burrow's defense, I believe he is still not 100% healthy, and they've been playing him through it, and it's probably not the best idea. But they're in win now mode with all those players they have, so they probably don't have a choice. But if I was him, I would have sat him for 3 weeks. Let him get
yeah,
healthy.
yeah, because now you're in a very hairy position, and I
You're
just
gonna
don't
win
trust
now.
them.
You have to win.
Yeah.
You're already 3 games back in your own division, like, you have to win. You're in
Yeah.
win now mode.
Yeah, you ain't in the NFC North.
No, exactly. Yeah, you don't get to play each other, and that's who wins the division is whoever beats the hell out of each other the most
Yeah.
every year in that division.
Yes, I can't not go an entire episode without saying fire Joe Barry, but I understand why you haven't yet. But I hope you roll over in your sleep often and wake up thinking to yourself, why did I keep him?
We're
Lafleur.
gonna we're gonna find out if Devontae just runs wild over the Packers. It's probably going to be that situation where everybody's, yeah, get him out of there. He's gone.
It's not going to get easy.
No, it's
You
not.
got Josh Jacobs coming up. I mean, and
Yeah,
that dude can run. And we
yeah.
don't got the
Like you said,
defense.
that 30th in the league in pass rush. Or no, was it run defense?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that seems to be a familiar number. That's also
100.
where our run offense is currently right now.
Yes, which
It's
was
just,
ranked number 1 to start the season.
it'll be interesting to see the adjustments, if any at all. It's going to be hard acquiring an emotional detachment from my football team this year, but those are the things that you must do to carry forward. And in the
Right.
meantime, I've got all these cool sports cards to keep me occupied.
Yeah, I see you.
Oh, so anywho, yeah. So to bring up, so
Get that one.
now you could buy these jersey fusions, right?
Did you buy that in the
Yeah, so I bought it at the pro shop, and you can get all these cards. I got pulled a Brandon Woodruff 24 of 99.
nice?
Yeah, this is pretty nice. So the lady at the fucking register was like, "Do you know what this is?" And I was like, "I don't fucking." It says fucking sports card. She goes, "Yeah, you just take these to the other ballparks, and then you scan it, and then there's a sticker on it, and all this other stuff, and it's super cool." And I'm like,
What?
"All right, cool, yeah, whatever." Like I opened it up and looked, and I'm like, "Yeah, none of that is true." But the way you were just speaking, okay, so pre-show we were talking about it, and you were like,
Yeah,
"Oh yeah, I didn't realize that they had team specific," and that's what it is. So when you go to that ballpark and you buy that jersey fusion, you're
yeah.
getting a chance for one of those players specific, right?
I
And I'm
gotcha.
like, "Oh, that's fucking cool." They're only $40, so I'm
Yeah.
like, "Fuck!" I fucking pulled that goddamn Woodruff. That's sweet as fuck. So yeah, at least I got the sports cards to hold me over and a good old Jerry Kramer book. Man, that book was good too. You got anything else you want to bring up? I'm all gassed out.
Oh, I think we're good.
I think we're
The
good.
car alarm going off in the background.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
For all of our listeners out there, new, old, coming into, hey, thank you so much. I've noticed that our social media profiles have been alluring to a fan giveaways. I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to that. I know Patrick is as well.
We'll probably do it around Halloween or something. We'll do a little spooky spins or something.
I'm gonna do spooky stuff. Facebook
Yeah.
pages are growing. The Facebook page and our actual Facebook. So the fan page is growing. I think that's got over 400 members now, right?
Yeah,
And
430.
yeah, if we could get some of you to move over to the actual Facebook page, but it doesn't matter. We love you no
just
matter
move over,
what,
it's fine.
because we did break over 100 on our actual Facebook page now,
Yeah.
over 100 followers. So that's
Woo.
fantastic.
I
Thank
wish
you
we
all
could just
so
move them
much.
all over there.
I know. And don't forget to go about your day and check fanatics.com every once in a while. Every day they got some crazy cool deal that you get specifically from that website, right? So 25% off, 40% off. So if you need one of your cool little jersey hookups, not this Nike one that I got from the pro shop, but some of the other really cool ones that I've got throughout the house, Patrick as well, just go to fanatics.com and pick out your favorite fucking team. It's there. Fanatics, it's got that there. You got F1, you got it all. So go check them out. It's really sweet. And for the rest of you, smile more. The world is a much happier place